everybody, have you heard about FODMAPs? It's such a weird word, it's so confusing, and today I'm going to be chatting to you all about it. I'm Belinda Kirkpatrick, I'm a naturopath and a nutritionist, and I've got over 17 years of clinical experience. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at The Happy Mammoth, and you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any informative videos just like this. FODMAPs. If you've been diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome, or you've had bloating and gas, and maybe you've been to see your GP or a practitioner, often the first thing they'll say to you is go low FODMAPs. Now, they tend to just say that, throw it out there and not give you too much direction. So I thought today I'd just tell you and talk to you about what FODMAPs actually are. So FODMAPs are actually a group of fermentable carbohydrates that can aggravate these gut symptoms in people who are sensitive to them. Not everybody has problems with FODMAPs. They're found in a really wide range of foods, which is why they can be difficult to avoid. Now, FODMAPs stands for fermentable oligomonosaccharides and polyols. Now, these are non-digestible starches that force water into your digestive tract. And because they're not digestible, your gut bacteria actually ferment them, which increases gas production and short-chain fatty acids. Now, some people react to these foods and others don't. A low FODMAP diet, though, is definitely recommended for people who have IBS or bloating, flatulence, and dietary or gut sort of symptoms that haven't responded to other dietary measures. Now, it isn't meant to be a long-term diet. The introduction diet, you take out all the high FODMAPs foods as much as possible and focus more on the low FODMAPs foods. And once you're feeling better, that's when you start reintroducing those foods. There's not really a perfect way to reintroduce them. So what I often say to people is that if you just reintroduce what you miss most first and find out whether it's that particular food that's triggering you. So FODMAPs are basically found in varying ranges or amounts in different types of foods. So some food groups will just have one type of FODMAP and others will have several types of FODMAPs. It can be really confusing. So with the oligosaccharides, so they're found in things like wheat, nuts, legumes, garlic, artichokes, and onions. With the disaccharides, they're really high in lactose containing products. So basically all of your dairy products, ice cream, cream, milk, some yogurts, particularly if they've got cream in them. Often hard cheese doesn't have lactose in them, so that might be a little bit easier for you to digest. Then we've got the monosaccharides, and so these are the fructose containing foods. So some fruits are high fructose, like apples and pears and watermelon. Also foods that are high in fructose are things like honey, agave syrup, and looking at high fructose corn syrup, which is in lots of processed foods. It's really bad for you anyway, but that will often trigger people with those monosaccharide FODMAP issues. Then you've got the polyols. So these are things like mannitol and sorbitol, and they're found in apples and pears, cauliflowers, mushrooms, snow peas, stone fruit, and a lot of the more natural sweeteners, so things like xylitol that you might find in like gums and lollies and things like that. So wow, those FODMAP foods really there's lots of them. But the other foods that I didn't mention there are usually kind of fine. So a lot of the non-gluten grains, the dairy-free alternatives. There are heaps of vegetables. I think it's the garlic and onion that often really people find those ones difficult, because particularly when you eat out, garlic seems to just be absolutely everywhere. But what you can do is you can go jump online and download a list of low FODMAP foods, or you can use the Monash University app. They've got a really amazing FODMAP guide, which helps you for when you're out to know which are the high and low foods. If you have been getting some of these gut symptoms, it's absolutely worth trying to work out what is actually affecting you and taking that time. And you can also support your body with the Happy Mammoth Gut Detox Package. Now in this package, you get the 3 things. You get the Ketone Energy Pro 4, you get the Digestive Super Cleanse, and the Vital Digestive Enzymes. Now these enzymes are really good in helping your body to actually break down the food so you get less gas production. So this combination basically gently cleanses the digestive system so you get a faster reset, maybe after holiday feasting. It reduces bloating, prevents weight gain by basically breaking down the food so that it becomes fuel for the body rather than just being stored as fat. It can ramp up your fat burning, boost mood and energy within like 20 minutes. But the most important part is that it's really helping your entire digestive system to actually break down those foods. You know, often people see results within about sort of 7 days with this package. And the digestive enzymes, as I said, they're helping to target all the way down the digestive tract from the saliva glands in the mouth through to the hydrochloric acid production in the stomach. It helps the liver to secrete bile, the pancreas to secrete pancreatic enzymes. And these things work together to really help to break your food down really well before it gets to the gut. Once it's in the gut, you know, having that digestive super cleanse there really helps your gut to process everything so much better and helps to reduce those symptoms like bloating, like gas, gurgling and churning so that you feel a whole lot better. I hope this helps to demystify some of the FODMAP sort of confusion. I know there were lots of foods in there, so you can hit rewind and go back to those high FODMAP foods if you need them. As always, if you need help with which products are going to be right for you, you can take our personalized quiz in the section below, and that can really help you to work out which products are going to be right for you and your symptoms at the moment. Don't forget, if you've got any comments, leave them in the section below so we can go through and have a look and then be able to do another video on things that really help and interest you. And maybe, you know, what did you find the easiest thing about the FODMAP diet and what was the hardest? Remember, working out what foods aggravate you can feel really painful at the time, literally and figuratively. But once you are able to identify those foods and minimize them in your diet, you're going to feel a whole lot more comfortable. Hope you have a great day. See you guys.